All right, y'all. It's time to get serious. Let's get to work. So we're going to talk about overcoming those limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs is all the things that you tell yourself in your head, the things that you have already coded in your brain as rules and regulations of how things have to be, that seed or motivate all of your decisions and your moves and the way that you feel about things. So it's like invisible chains that can hold you back from reaching your full potential. It's up there on your brain, on your mindset, internal. Limiting beliefs are like invisible chains that hold us back from reaching our full potential. They are deeply ingrained patterns of thought that stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, and subconscious programming. But with the power of mindfulness and neuroscience, we can uncover these beliefs and break free from their grip, unlocking the world of limitless possibilities. These are kind of like mental and emotional scars that we grew up with. We talked about how our self-esteem is tied to our perception of reality, where when we look towards our external conditions to decide how we feel and how we value ourselves and what our worth is, then we create beliefs that aren't actually rooted in the truth. They're just rooted in our perception of what's going on, because you have to understand, you are the only person who is experiencing life in and how you are experiencing. Like playing a first person video game, even if you're online playing with a bunch of other people, nobody else is going to have the same perspectives, the same stories, see the same things in the exact same way as you are. So on this whole movie of life, like, you're seeing it and then you're just interpreting it in your head by yourself alone. And other people, everything around you, may not be taking it in the same way, in the same manner, reading the same message. So just like you are in control of setting your mind to make choices that are in favor of your ideal reality, we first have to go ahead and weed our garden. We have to start pulling out those beliefs that we have ingrained to protect us. They were put there because at the moment, we thought it was doing something in favor of us. We thought it's for the better, it's for the good. We don't intentionally set out to really harm ourselves, even if the belief is even if the belief is negative or unhelpful or even hurtful. We kept it and we ingrained it because it serves us in some way. And I know for myself and for a lot of women, it's for protection. It's to protect ourselves from some sort of perceived danger. Limiting beliefs often originate in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, which processes emotions and triggers the flight or fight response. When we encounter a challenging situation, the amygdala can perceive it as a threat, leading to the formation of negative beliefs to protect us from perceived danger. These beliefs become deeply rooted in our subconscious, influencing our thoughts, behaviors, and perceptions of reality. So our brain is only trying to protect us. When we developed originally on this planet, on this earth, it was kind of do or die. It was live. It was do or die. And it is vital for the body to protect and preserve itself for its life for as long as possible. So when the brain sends out signals that something ain't right here, we're also going to plant a seed of a memory to protect ourselves in the future so that we don't run into it again. Just like how we know what food to eat and whatnot, what animals that we can mess with and which ones not to. Your body is just trying to protect itself. Mindfulness and neuroplasticity. Mindfulness practices such as meditation and self reflection have been shown to promote neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections. By engaging in mindfulness exercises, we can weaken the neural pathways associated with limiting beliefs and strengthen those linked to positive thoughts and behaviors. Over time, this rewiring of the brain allows us to overcome limiting beliefs and cultivate a mindset of empowerment and resilience. So now we have to think these beliefs were implanted ultimately to protect us. Although they don't help us in creating the life that we're trying to go to, it's no longer in favor of our ideal lives, of our ideal choices. We still have to slow down and give yourself some grace and love because it was only there. We do this to protect ourselves. It's give yourself some grace and love and understand that it was done for your protection. You have these beliefs because you deep down believe that they serve you in some way. Now we know and we recognize that they are no longer in favor of our ideal self or our ideal life. So this is where we got to start working out our new muscles. See, our old beliefs are still going to try and protect us and preserve us in some way, in the strongest way, in the best way that it can, because again, its sole purpose was to protect, is to keep us safe. And now you want to move in another direction. We have to teach the body that it actually is safe, that it actually is okay. We have to practice moving in that direction, building that strength of being our ideal, not just in making the choices, but you also have to believe that you're making the right choices. So each step strengthens that muscle. Each step strengthens that muscle, builds that connection and that trust within yourself that you are doing the right thing. And even though your body may feel threatened sometimes, may feel like the old limiting belief that was already implanted, it needs to do its job. It needs to protect you, because if you don't, you're going to die doing this new thing that you're trying to do. You need to help the body recognize that it is okay. And physically, well, not physically, you can't physically get in there, but intentionally go into the garden of your mind, go in and weed those limiting beliefs out. They no longer serve you. They are no longer necessary. We are building new connections, new feelings, new pathways that are in service of our ideal selves, of our ideal life. Neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin play a crucial role in shaping our beliefs and emotions. Dopamine, known as the reward transmitter, is released in response to pleasurable experiences and reinforces positive behaviors. By engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, we can stimulate the release of dopamine and counteract the effects of limiting beliefs. Similarly, serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter, promotes feelings of well-being and confidence, helping us overcome self-doubt and negativity. So in a way, We have to, no, not in a way. That's exactly what it is. We have to fight feelings with feelings. We're trying to move from fear to gratitude, to love, to freedom. We can't stay feeling scared and trapped and depressed. And you can't work with that. You can't work with that. That's not moldable. So when we're telling our body it's okay, you don't say, okay, buddy, feel good. Okay, buddy, it's all right. Okay, buddy, I know you're scared right now, but it's okay. You can't just say it's okay if you truly believe that you're still scared, because you know you're lying. You know you're lying. So we have to activate and talk to our brain and our body in a language that it understands. And that's in the hormones and in the feelings. The feelings activate the hormones activate the feelings. So let me say it again. By engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, we can stimulate the release of dopamine and counteract the effects of limiting beliefs. By engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, we can stimulate the release of dopamine. So you you can activate the dopamine. Girl, you already got the dope. You are dope. You already got the dope inside of you, girl. You just got to unleash it. Get high on your own supply. I probably shouldn't have said it like that, but that's what it is. That's what it is. You need to get high on your own supply. You already know that we can create new connections in the brain. We need to uproot these limiting beliefs. We already know that we can create new connections in the brain, and we need to uproot these limiting beliefs that were implanted to protect us but are no longer serving us. And how do we do that? By deploying the dope that is already within us. The dopamine, I mean. By doing and feeling by doing and feeling joy and fulfillment. We can do activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, or we can just sit down and relive it in our mind's eye, in meditation, in breathing. You can sit still and think of that moment that you were actually happy. What were you doing? Where were you? Who was there? What was happening? What were the smells like? What were the sounds like? Put yourself back in that moment. Feel all of the feelings that you felt in that moment, and your brain will not be able to tell the difference. Your brain just feels good. It just feels the dopamine and the serotonin in the hits. It feels good. Stay there. Feel that. Hold that. Tell your body to remember this feeling. Get comfortable with it. Recognize it. Make it your best friend. And then practice. Practice feeling it. Practice bringing it back up. Practice reactivating that emotion, that feeling, that sensation all throughout your body. Because that is the opposite of fear and anguish and the scarcity that we felt with the beliefs before. So the muscle that we need to build is being able to tap into that joy and fulfillment and holding on to that feeling, holding on to that emotion, that sensation. And from there, in this state, is where we start making more and more decisions in favor that support our ideal lives, that are in line with our core values and what we believe about ourselves. And we can watch as our reality around us starts to change and become the life that we have always, the life that we have envisioned ourselves having. Because now we are living the vision. You're living the vision. The power of self-compassion. Self-compassion is a fundamental aspect of mindfulness that involves treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of self-doubt and criticism. Research has shown that self-compassion activates the brain's reward system and reduces activity in the amygdala, leading to lower levels of stress and anxiety. By cultivating self compassion through mindfulness practices, we can challenge our limiting beliefs with self love and acceptance, paving the way for personal growth and transformation. Be patient with yourself. Forgive yourself. Again, because these beliefs, you only created them, you only held on to them because they were serving you in some way. They were protecting you in some way. But now they're not. Now they're no longer necessary. But they're deep. They got their roots in. They're happy where they are. They feel like they're doing their job and they're doing it well. I mean, you can't say they're doing it well. And they don't want to leave. You have to convince them. You have to convince yourself. You have to teach yourself that it is okay for them to go. They are no longer necessary. You are safe. You're protected. You are making decisions in favor of everything that you actually value and you actually want now. You now know what is best for you and what you want. And it's okay to let go of the beliefs that were set in place to protect and provide for you that are no longer fulfilling you, that are no longer working for you, that are no longer in service of your ideal self. It's okay to let them go. But you have to build new habits. You have to change the way you were doing things. You can't let them go and then still they won't leave. You won't leave if they feel that they're still necessary. They won't leave if you keep coming back to them. They can't go. So what do? We start building the new habits. We start building the new muscles. We start building the new neurotransmitters in our brain by telling our body, we're good. We're safe. I feel joy. I feel love. I feel fulfilled. You feel it? I got the tingles. I feel it all throughout my body. I remember I am living in this moment and I like it here. It's good here. I'm going to keep feeling this and keep recreating this and keep bringing this into my life as much as I possibly can because I love it here. I love feeling and living in my love, in my peace, in my joy, in my fulfillment, in my flow. Brain, body, it's good. We're good. We're good. And you will find that it will be easier and easier to transition into making those decisions that support your ideal life. And because you now have the beliefs that back that up, you're not consciously, okay, I'm not going to do what I used to do. I'm going to do this because I really want this. That's not even happening anymore. We're skipping that step. There's no more middleman. You just are doing because you are. You see where we're going here? You see where we're cooking? You see what we're cooking? In the journey of self-discovery and personal development, overcoming limiting beliefs is a crucial step towards unleashing our full potential. By harnessing the power of mindfulness and neuroscience, we can rewire our brains, cultivate positive beliefs, and create a life filled with purpose, passion, and possibility. With dedication, practice, and compassionate mindset, we can transcend the limitations of our past and embrace the boundless opportunities that await us in the present moment. Tell me you don't want that. You can't tell me you don't want that because I know you want it because I want it. This is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. When you can let go, I mean, because that's all we're doing right now. We just throwing shit out, letting the bags go, letting go of all the stuff that is no longer serving us because why keep it around? We're not going to be an emotional hoarder. There's no need for it. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. We are going somewhere with a clarity, passion, and purpose. You got a plan, you got a vision, and we can't take everything with us because that extra weight is just going to hold us back. It's going to keep us where we are, and we are not going to continue being who we were. We just, now that we've made that decision, we have to teach the body, tell our body that it's okay, but things are going to change. Think of it as like a mental detox, a belief detox. You just gotta let that shit go. A mental laxative. Yeah. A mental laxative so you can let that shit go. Okay, so now I know we just been talking a lot and you're like, okay, Jessica, I get it. But I've been feeling like I wasn't enough for like forever. And I write little notes on my mirrors and I talk to myself and yeah, I still keep coming back around to it. Like I know when I'm telling myself these affirmations that it's just not real. I don't believe myself. Is that what you were saying? Because that's what I was saying. I mean, I've been there. That's what I used to do for a long time. That's what I used to do. And so, of the many limiting beliefs that hold us back in life, the I'm not good enough is the big kahuna. Like 99% of the population has this in their internal dialogue. So if this resonates with you, you are not alone. Somewhere along the line, we decided that we weren't good enough, which launched this impossible pursuit of perfection that is timeless and ultimately unachievable. We learn our belief systems as very little children. And then we move through life creating experiences that validate our beliefs. We learn our belief systems as little children, and then we go through lives creating experiences that match our beliefs. Take a moment and look back over your own life and think of how many times you've experienced the same thing. Once this belief of I'm not good enough is formed, we continually look for ways to validate it and prove that it's true. For example, my parents got divorced. There's something wrong with me. I'm not good enough. Someone's not interested. There's something wrong with me. I'm not good enough. I didn't get the job. Something's wrong with me. I'm not good enough. And this pattern of habitual thinking can lead us all the way through the end of our lives if you allow it to. So take the time right now, set the intention to do a little reflecting. In what ways do you recognize this belief in your own life? And how has your life been affected by carrying this limiting belief with you? And how has your life been affected by carrying this limiting belief with you? What has it got you? As we begin to think differently and take ownership of new ideas, we can change the way we think, change the way we interpret the past, and change and modify our expectations of the future. If we're simply bold enough to accept the fact that who we are as individuals are good enough, not perfect, but good enough, then this sets us free for the rest of our lives. We no longer have to strive for perfection and can simply just commit to the journey of self-improvement, where we work on being a better version of ourselves today than we were yesterday, and so on. If you can simply be bold enough to accept the fact that you are good enough, not perfect, but good enough, then you will be set free for the rest of your life. Consider the events from your past where you learned to believe you were not good enough. How might you reinterpret these events? If you choose to accept the fact that who you are as an individual is fundamentally good enough, then how might you change or modify your expectations of the future? Y'all, I really hope you take this time to honestly answer these questions. I mean, you don't owe me anything, but you owe it to yourself to take the time and really get real with yourself and flesh it out. Pull it up. Be real with yourself. Nobody's going to check your notes. You don't have to expose yourself to anyone right now, but just set the time, make the space, and be honest with yourself. Answer the questions and sit with it. Who told you? What made you think? Who do you think you are to think that you're not good enough? And what has that gotten you? And why would you continue to think that way? I wish you nothing but the best and love and joy and all that light. Okay, so I'm not going to leave you hanging. I know this is a really heavy topic and I don't want you to rush it. I want you to take your time and really be real with yourself and settle it in your mind, your heart, and your body that you are on this new journey and you are committed to making and creating the life that you wish to live, that you want to see. And fleshing out limiting beliefs, it takes some time, it takes some practice. I can give you the workout, but if you just do it once, you're not going to see the results. You know what I'm saying? You got to commit to the program. You got to commit to showing up and practicing this mindset, this new way of living. And it's not going to be easy at first. It's not going to be quick at all, but it's a practice. That's part of the journey. So celebrate yourself, give gratitude for yourself, be happy and thankful for the day that you can wake up and make the choice to do something for you that's ultimately going to better you and grow you as a person and lead you towards the life that you want to live. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? It's a practice. Get up, put your time in the gym, work it out. You got this. Show up. I'm giving you some tools. You know, I'm going to be here for you if you need me. So work it out. Ask the questions. Be real with yourself. Show up and keep doing it. Keep doing it. The only thing that's stopping you from living the life that you want is you telling yourself that you can't live the life that you want. That's really it. Little decisions, little changes, step by step. It all doesn't happen at once. Start to build the life that you want to live and you want to see, just brick by brick. But if you never pick up one brick, if you never practice, if you stop, if you start to atrophy in your journey, well, then again, it's all on you. That's your choice. I think some of the most important things to remember when you're on this journey is A, that you're not alone, but nobody else cares. And B, you are in control, which means nobody's going to come and save you. So take control of your life and really be grateful for the power that you have and send that gratitude, feel that gratitude, and go out into the world and make a difference because that's why you're here.